coming at you live in these YouTube streets, live in this YouTube studio. Woo! You just don't know what me and Mr. Brando just went through to set this up. Oh, he even perspirating, honey. Is you live or
is you live?
Now I need you to focus. Focus, Craig. There we go.
Well, first of all, let me say thank you for having me in the new spot. I like the decor.
You like the
I
decor?
dig your style. I dig your style. Like the movie director stuff. Like you in here directing movies like you're doing your thing.
Cut. No.
I like the way you're doing things. Big moves over here.
Big moves? You're killing me, Smalls. No. I'm just hot, y'all. We just got through moving a whole bunch of stuff.
Ooh, Lord Jesus.
We've been doing a whole bunch.
Lots and lots.
And tonight we are drinking, well, I call this LA water. Mr. Brando, what do you call yours?
Flint, Michigan, here I come.
Can't
Oh, yeah.
nowhere.
And how you know it's really Flint is dirty. Real dirty.
Can't take him nowhere. But we decided to do something different on my channel, April BB. I normally do cocktails and conversation.
Yep.
We decided to do a little cocktails and conversation tonight.
Something different,
Me
right?
and Mr. Brando.
Right on.
For
right on.
Mr. and Mrs. J.
Right on, right on.
Right?
Yeah.
And so tonight, we got a lot of topics to talk about. But let's talk about the biggest topic out there right now. Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Oh my God. Is this dude crazy or what?
Is he like 22,
23. 23. Daniel Hernandez, right? And, you know, he's incarcerated. And everybody was wondering what that 6'9" meant. He's tattooed 6'9" all over his body. 6'9", 6'9", 6'9". Well, come to find out, 6'9" is a blood set in New York from a prison gang that they call 6'9" Treyway. And so, you know, the story is just so very unique because everybody's thinking Treyway is like a dude. We thought Treyway was a saying. We had everybody saying Treyway, Treyway, Treyway.
I was saying Treyway.
Treyway.
If you look at my earlier videos,
When I first
was
won.
playing
Yep.
I'm screaming out Treyway. I don't even know what I'm saying.
And come to find out, it's 6'9". It's a blood set. You know, I'm not mad at the dude making something. You know, it's not all uncabby of the guy to like say something that's totally counterculture, make it culture. That's when you make the normal that's not normal. That's how you know it's normal. You know what I mean? So, you know, shout out to 6ix9ine for being a marketing genius. For real. Now, come to find out that Tekashi surrounded himself with a bunch of bloods, right? And find out his manager, shout out to Treyway, a.k.a. Shotti, a.k.a. Haitian Jack or something like that.
His real name isn't Treyway.
No.
But if you go out there, oh my God, there's a video of before they were famous. Everybody thought Shotti was Treyway. Like,
Everybody
I had
did.
a couple of my friends send me, oh yeah, Treyway is this individual right here.
Yes, I thought that. I honestly thought that.
Yeah.
I did.
I mean, they had us all confused. But Treyway is a blood set. It's a gang. It has nothing to do with the individual. This Shotti individual is from Jamaica, right?
Jamaica or he's Haitian, maybe from Haiti or something.
I digress, but
And I can concur. So, I mean, whatever. The dude, okay, so one of them grows up in Bed-Stuy. I believe that's Treyway. And the other one grew up...
Shotti, you mean?
Yeah, Shotti grew up in Bed-Stuy. Daniel Hernandez grew up in Benhurst or something like that. And come to find out, Shotti's like 20 years his senior, 15 years his senior. And...
So he's like 40?
30-something or 40, possibly close to it. And come to find out that the only reason why he takes notice is dude that Tekashi books like a show in like Amsterdam and sells it out like a small stadium. And come to find out that really got his attention. He took him under his wing. Now, let him tell it. He's Tekashi's manager.
Who's him? Shotti?
Shotti. Come to find out later on, there's the difference of opinions. So we're going to keep going forward. The dude becomes like a social media icon. You got to give him credit for that. I mean, he took over Instagram, but his Instagram proves to be kind of his like Achilles heel in a way because all these people he's trolling, starting all his trouble, like with Chief Key, Little Red, all these different people. Like he was cool at Extension, but I heard he really wasn't all that cool with them. Like they were cool, but like Extantiano was trolling himself. We saw how that ended, right?
Mm-hmm.
So birds of a feather
flock together.
So fast forward, now all of a sudden the feds are watching this dude for like 3 years. This ain't like a quick thing that just happened. This dude is being watched for like 2 and 3 years. So this dude's doing shows. This dude's doing this, doing this, doing this, doing this. Tekashi. Now, come to find out, his booking agent, who's another guy, one of his co-defendants, right?
And he's in the Treyway. Treyway gang. Right?
Well, I would assume that everybody that is named, except for a few people I'm going to mention in a few seconds, are in the Treyway syndicate or gang or whatever you want to call it.
Well, he got arrested on RICO charges, so that is
it's ongoing criminal. Yeah, they're organized crime. So, okay, well, let's back up. So, Tekashi is going through all these things, and Tekashi is one of the people like, he'll fire people in a minute. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He fired lots of people on his come up, and he says it.
So interesting.
Yeah, he says it like the whole time, like, I'll distance myself from you, like that. Like, I don't need you. Mm-hmm. So, one of the bodyguards that he had, well, first of all, he has problems with all these different people. I would say one of his main nemesis is going to be Jay Prince. Shout out to Houston. And not Jay Prince, Jazz Prince. And
isn't it Jay Prince the dad, right?
Yeah, Jay Prince is the dad.
And then Jay Prince Jr.
Right.
That's who we had beef with.
Right, not Jazz. But, okay, let me back up. I digress. So Jazz, come to find out, is not the one involved right at that point. But when he gets jumped at LAX, that's Jazz's people. Supposedly there's
let me ask you, who is Jazz?
Jazz is the other brother. Jay Prince has lots of sons and lots of daughters, lots of them. And
so
Jay Prince Jr. is brothers to Jazz Prince.
Okay.
And that's who jumped him at LAX.
I'll insert the link because Jay Prince Sr., the big guy, he had an interview on The Breakfast Club. And I recall Jay Prince saying, like, Tekashi don't mean nothing to him. And he said this himself. He said, Tekashi's people, when he was in Houston, he said, I could have had his people hand him to me because that's how much respect and clout he has in the game. So it's very interesting, and this goes back months and months ago. But Jay Prince is very respected in the music industry. Very. He represented Drake.
He represents Drake. He owns Drake for the rest of his career.
But what I was about to say was the way Birdman got over on a lot of other artists. He didn't get over on Drake that way. He still got over to some degree, but I'm going to put the link of the interview in this video because Jay Prince got paid. He didn't get paid all his money, but he makes money off the back of Drake. So this man is very powerful. He brought out the Ghetto Boys back in the day. Scarface.
Willie D. Shout out Big Chief, my cousin.
This man's so respected in Houston. I remember getting an invite to his son's birthday party. And guess who shows up? Drake. He's performing in 3rd Ward on the top of a roof. So this man carries a lot of clout in Houston and a lot of clout in the music industry. So fast forward to today's time, Tekashi 6ix9ine gets jumped at LAX.
But we gotta break something down. Now, you gotta understand something about gangs. That because if you're in a gang in the Northeast doesn't mean you're the same gang in the West or the South. Now, this is allegedly. I know that one of the princes is a blood affiliate. Okay. Which is Jazz. So Jay and them, he don't have to check in. Tekashi's telling everybody he ain't got to check in when he comes to your city. But out of respect, if you're in a clique, if I'm in someone's city and I'm down with, let's say, XYZ, the Rainbow Gang. Okay? I'm just saying, I'm not going to be down with a gang, but if I was, I'm twisting my fingers. But if I'm out there and I'm doing something stupid, I'm going to check in with the shot callers in your city, right? That's respect. Now, he checks in with Gilly. He checked in with somebody else. Game in Houston, he didn't check in. I guess he thought that he was like, these are some Rudy Poo type dudes. Well, these dudes are not just gangsters or gang people. These are mafioso. They call it Rap-A-Lot Mafia. Not Rap-A-Lot, Rap-A-Lot Mafia. That's the truth. Now, there's ties to Bloods and stuff in Houston and blah, blah, blah. So they're so upset with this, they go to his concert and track him down.
Track Tekashi.
Okay. We all know that part, right? And Tekashi performs, gets his check, but he didn't get the front end, he got the back end because of one of the Jay Princes. So fast forward a little bit forward. He's in LAX. Now his boy, this is his homeboy, a dude that's in it, I would say a dude that's in his set, possibly, right? This dude's catching a fade for Tekashi, and Tekashi runs. If she'll put the links up, I don't do all that. But if you see the video, this dude takes a beat down for Tekashi. Okay, at LAX.
And it was them Houston boys.
It was them Houston boys that came after his ass, and they got a hold to him, right? So something happens, and boom, 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 he fires the bodyguard that took the beat down for him. Now, this is where it gets interesting. What did you just say about what Jay Prince said about Tekashi 6ix9ine?
That if he wanted Tekashi 6ix9ine, he could have had his own people hand him to him.
So how did Jazz and them know that he was going to be there?
His own people.
It had to be. Simply put, it had to be. Now, why that dude took that fade, no one knows. But
well, because he was still loyal to him at that time. But you're going to cover what that guy does to him.
And more importantly, still employed by that guy.
But you're going to talk about what happens, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So, fast forward a little bit further. There's a party. First of all, Tekashi goes through lots of legal issues. He has to come back to Houston. And he has to face sexual charges against another minor that supposedly he was involved with in some type of sexual misconduct. I'm not going to get into that. But he goes through that, right? And he beats the case. He flies to New York, goes through another trial. Now, he's on probation from the trial here, right? But he's free. Goes up there, puts on the sad face. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to be right, blah, 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 blah. Goes to New York, takes another charge, right? And gets free. Okay. So what does he do with his time? If you're a rich 23-year-old, 22-year-old young man, tons of money, what do?
Party and bullshit.
Party and bullshit. So he goes to a restaurant that they have rented out in New York City, and guess what happens?
Pow, pow, pow. 3
assailants come in demanding to see Tekashi. That just shows how loose his security is. That just shows how sloppy he is, not only as a shot caller, but as a so-called king of New York. Someone go infiltrate your party, 3 dudes, and a fight breaks out. The fight is so secure, your point taken, pow, pow, pow. His licensed security guard pulls out his licensed firearm and shoots one of the assailants.
Right.
Now, here's where it gets interesting, right? Right after that, what happens to Tekashi?
He gets kidnapped.
What? By whom?
He gets kidnapped by the same person he fired.
That's what they say.
And that's not an allegedly. That's what's being reported. That's being reported by TMZ and several sources that this is why the FBI came in and pulled Tekashi in the first place, because within his own group, people wanted Tekashi dead.
Okay, now the words they use are super violated. We have checked our sources. I believe Mrs. J has checked her sources in the streets, and there is no such thing as super violated unless you catching one in the shower.
Right.
So,
unless you drop the soap. Super violate
is a nonsense term.
Yeah. Super violate. I mean, they're different people. Let me be real. I'm from the West Coast. Most of the time I hear super violate, it don't mean that. I mean, and if a guy say catch the fade, they ready to line up and whoop your ass. But super violate, that just sounds like dropping the soap in the shower to me.
Okay, so let's fast forward. So one of the assailants catches 2 to the gut, one of them catches 1 to the shoulder or something like that. These guys are in jail. Now there's a shortly thereafter, the feds pick up Tekashi 6ix9ine. So now, if you are under a federal indictment, I know this. If you are under a federal indictment, why would the feds pick you up and ask you to turn state? Basically, turn U.S. state government or U.S. state agent and tell these people they're going to super violate you. But yet you won't tell. You didn't tell the person that kidnapped you. You did not do that. You didn't tell the person that you get in the fights in with LAX. You didn't tell that. You didn't tell in the feds when they ask you, and you're facing, and you're not knowing at this time you're about facing jail time. So 10 months ago, Fat Joe does an interview and tells him, dude, look, you're being set up. You don't think these people are watching you?
He been down that road before with Terror Squad.
So he did.
He was giving that youngster a heads up, but he wasn't taking
a straight solid. Joe talked to Bobby Shmurda. Joe talked to a lot of people. Joe is very, very respected. Joe was a stick-up kid. Joe was one of them people that, for real gangster, he didn't get the name Joey Crack for being a sweet man. He walled out like the first 5 years he was in the industry. Till he said some old heads set him down. Now, Tekashi does this interview. Now, I've seen Tekashi do a lot of interviews. Breakfast Club. I seen his IG. This dude is reckless. Like, this dude is totally reckless.
Well, the first time I saw Tekashi on the Breakfast Club, I had to turn the channel because he was so ignorant. He kept bleeding all over, and blood this, blood that. I'm like, you a super heavy blood.
And nigga this and nigga that. You ain't even a nigga.
Right, on that.
Sorry.
That
bothers me to no end. You ain't even black.
But you super bleeding, but you walk around with 10 security guards. Right? Mm-hmm. So if you that hard, you don't need nobody to protect you because you got it like that. Let's be real. One of the hardest blooders, Suge Knight, he fell too. And he wasn't walking around with security guards. Think about that for a second. Because he was respected, not I wouldn't even say respected, but feared in the streets. Mm-hmm. That was Debo on the West Coast. So this man not walking around with security, and he still caught one. And the reason why he got arrested, remember, he showed up to the Straight Outta Compton filming, and he was going there to strong arm people. Yeah. And it backfired
he wanted his
on
cut.
him.
He wanted his cut.
It backfired on him. So, you know, my thing is, I don't care how super hard you think you are, there's always somebody harder than you, and you ain't going to outsmart or outdo the popos.
Right. So let's get back to the interview real fast.
Okay.
So Joe's doing this interview. This dude's got his head down, his hands in his pocket. This dude ain't even saying like, I mean, he's not saying yes sir or nothing like that. But you could tell there's a real OG, young, little G, brother type of respect going on. He's not saying nothing Latina, brother to brother, whatever. I don't know if Joe has any affiliation with any gangs. I've never heard that. Mm-hmm. But there's definitely an air of respect, right? Mm-hmm. And so, you know, he tells him, man, the feds, they're coming for you. You know what I mean? You got to know that. He did know that. Mm-hmm. He says it in the Breakfast Club later on. There were 6 Fed cars sitting outside my house. Right. I can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Who did he say he feared?
His God? Whoever his God is, because it ain't the God I serve.
And who else?
And the FBI.
The Fed.
Now, it's funny he said the FBI because it was a joint staff that took him down. ATF, FBI, U.S. Marshals. So, Tekashi, I got a question. Don't fear the FBI. Fear them alphabet letters. You an idiot. Now, go to court. What does this dude do? Ask for bail. Now, Shotti and all these dudes that have been ripping him off, right? Mm-hmm. They look in Shotti's bank account. Now, Shotti's supposed to be his manager, but he's really not. Supposedly, he's kind of like...
But he only had $60,000 in his bank account.
That's my point. So, like, this dude was just kind of like on the curtails of this dude. Like, this dude ain't a shot... Like, he ain't a boss. But he's riding on the tails of a young boy that had $1.6 million in the bank. Mm-hmm. Real interesting there. The other assailant or defendant got caught with like $20,000 in the bank. Mm-hmm. So these cats just now started getting hip to how to get his money. Mm-hmm. He wasn't getting it like he was before.
Small change.
That's why you don't see this dude in all the clothes. Like you see Tekashi, he's Hermes up scars, bandana, Ephesiu. He's everything polo. He ain't like he was the first time I saw him on Breakfast Club.
Fresh weed.
Where he said, fresh weed. Where he said, man, I got this shirt at Target on my way over for $6 and he's some $100 jeans. He ain't that kid. He's like kid now.
He said that before?
Yeah. Yes. He said, I got this shirt at Target. This t-shirt cost $6. He got $250,000 with the jewelry on. And a t-shirt from... Now, how the hell you got $250,000 with jewelry on and a t-shirt from Target? I digress. Anyway. So, now we're at the trial. He gets denied bail. Now, there's all these rumors from Jordan Tower to everybody else that he's released from jail, remember? I showed you the video. I was very surprised because the only way you get released off a Fed charge when you're denied bail is if you're snitching, as far as I know. I mean, I don't even know that to be fact.
I think he's going to snitch. You know, this is my opinion.
That's what everybody keeps saying.
Because
so that's where we are.
Not, his trial, his first trial is September 2019. That's a year. You got to.
And that's not even a trial. That's picking the jury. Jury selection can take 6 months.
Yeah. OJ. So, I don't know. Number one, they had to move him. Right, I heard they had to move him to
they moved him. Well, it's supposed. We don't know. He got jumped in jail. Mm-hmm. Now you blooded up. You leaking like you the man in New York.
But neither side will claim Tekashi allegedly. I read an article.
Supposedly, I mean for real.
The Bloods and the Crips. They're like we don't have no affiliation with.
But I'm going to say this: if you got $1.6 million that you can spend in jail, you can pay for protection.
But that's on legal fees, not in jail.
But he's still got a little change. I'm just saying that. His management squad needs to get him released from jail.
Do you know they delayed the release of his album?
Oh, well, they leaked his album.
But I was just about to say that, and then it leaked. So what do you think that album really worth?
Oh.
But you think he's gonna get paid? Not a damn thing.
No, let me tell you what happened. You didn't hear this. Tekashi, no.
What?
Tekashi switched companies. He didn't release it through Capital.
Okay.
He released it through some subset, somebody unknown, bullcorn people that just released it for him. After it was leaked from his people. So if y'all see the theme of this story is Tekashi's people keep all day long. He gets shot up in LA at the Nicki Minaj. That was his story. You told me. Nicki Minaj, Kanye, video Mama. Supposed to be a killer song. I thought it was trash. Charlamagne farted on it, and I think that's why he kind of poo-pooed on Charlamagne. You know, shout out to that type of thing. I'm not into that.
Charlamagne, the guy, but okay, that's a topic. For
Charlamagne's a rapist and a drug addict.
Well,
and whatever,
he can point out everybody's issues and problems, but his own. You need to kick rocks and shut up, okay? Because the same person you sitting there pointing the finger at Tekashi, you pointed at R. Kelly, you can point it at Bill Cosby, you can point it at everybody, but you got 4 fingers pointing right back at your little short ass. So go somewhere with that stuff and go and keep paying off people so they'll stop telling you that you putting allegedly roofies in their drinks.
That little young skinny girl.
Yeah, he paid her off.
And you got daughters. Like that's what I'm saying. And you got daughters.
I think 3 daughters.
So I'm not going there with you because I got daughters. And then you want to check my background. If you check my resume, you know what it is.
You never roofied me.
I roofied her the second night. She don't know.
That's not true.
Do you remember?
Of course I remember. I remember everything. I got a mind.
She ain't got no
like
receipts
an
on that.
elephant.
Roofie. All. And I was in there like swimming. Anyway.
I had the keys, codes, and everything.
She had nothing. She had all the fakes and everything.
That's why I was up in that piece. But go ahead.
Anyway, I digress. So let's fast forward
That's the liquor talking.
Ain't no liquor. This is punch. Anyway,
that's that Flint water.
Ooh, shout out to Flint, Michigan. If you drink this, your tummy gonna be like, But that's enough about Tekashi. That dude right there, man, he got all kinds of trouble. His minimum mandatory, he's facing like 32 years of life.
And he a young kid. You think anybody gonna care about Tekashi?
But the thing about feds is this: you sign up for points. So if he gets pled on points, if it equals that number, that's his number. There ain't no negotiating.
Really?
No, you signed. If somebody out there, if you've ever been affiliated with a federal case and you know how it works, if I'm wrong, put in the comments. We'll correct it. It's a point system. It ain't like the state. It ain't a jury trial.
So here's my thing. And I'm not done with Tekashi. I'm not ready to move on yet. We're going to just make this a video about Tekashi, okay?
Okay.
We'll do the other ones on another time.
We on this one.
We on a roll with Tekashi. But I got a big, much respect to Fat Joe. Because he was like, out of respect and an OG in the game, I have a responsibility to this young kid. Yep. And he even said in a recent interview, he said, I just had breakfast with dude 2 weeks ago. Meaning Tekashi 6ix9ine, but 50 Cent, you a fucker for that. Like, you didn't look out for that dude. You pumped him up. You was like, oh, you reckless, or oh, you this. You remind me of myself. Oh, so I guess if he really, 50, if he reminds you of yourself, then I guess he should turn snitch, or he should work with the Feds, because you that dude that filed a restraining order. Ja Rule said it. Murder Inc. said it.
Gotti said it. You were scared of fucking Ja Rule. You was a punk, dude.
You is a punk. And
you was a punk. I'm going to say that. And troll me, little short ass nigga. I'll slap you.
He not short.
Man, that nigga short, man. That nigga about 5'9".
No, he's 6 feet back.
Man, I'm 6'1". I will slap your little ass. I don't care. And I'm here to tell you this about that fool. I mean, he put a restraining order on Ja Rule, and Ja Rule is 5'5".
And they get around there buying all Ja Rule's front row tickets. That's some bitch shit.
No. You know why? Because he liked him. He liked his music. He bought his shit. He won all the front row seats to see him.
50 got a lot of money, but, it's okay.
But the thing about 50 is, it's like they said, 50 is an opportunist. 50 only has a relationship with people if it behooves him. He latched on Tekashi. Tekashi's hot. 50 ain't put out no relevant music in 5, 6, 8 years. I mean, for real, I don't know nothing relevant he's done. Now, he's a smart businessman. I'll give him all the credit in the world.
I love Power. That's my favorite show.
Oh, my God. TV, vitamin water, effing vodka, all his pursuits. Dude is like the Midas. He's got the touch. But I will tell you about this. As far as being loyal, as far as having friends, where is G-Unit today? Where is G-Unit? Damn, young buck, if he ain't out chasing trainees,
let me say
this.
Let me say this.
Where's Tony Yayo? Where's Tony Yayo?
A man that will turn his back on his own seed is not a man to be trusted. He showed you who he was when he turned on 50 Jr., the oldest son, that looked just like him.
Isn't he boxing or something like that?
I know Floyd was like hooking him up, taking pictures with him, giving him shit, doing daddy stuff that 50 should do. But
now, Floyd bought his son like a Bentley for his birthday or something crazy.
But 50 not no real man. And I don't think 50 has had successes, but at the same time, man, I love Power. Don't get me wrong. I just rewatched season 1.
But he didn't write Power. That lady wrote Power.
Right. I told you that.
Yeah.
But, okay, so with 50, everything that he has gravitated towards, somebody else done. He put his name to it. He capitalized off of it. Because when Drake did his headphones, I think the 150...
Beats?
Yeah, Drake did Beats. But guess what? He did Monster, right? That didn't work. So what 50 does, he's a good businessman because he tries to find stuff and he puts his name to. Vitamin water, he put his name to. Soda to Coke. That stuff. He's an entrepreneur. He finds things other people create, put his name to, and he makes money off of it. So
smart man.
Courtney, I can't remember her last name. She wrote Power. But before Power, and most people don't know this, 50 Cent attached himself to a writer named Nori, a woman that wrote these erotic gangster tales. And that shit didn't work. But her books are bomb, but him backing those books didn't work. And then there was another thing he did. So, the 48 Powers of Law? Well, 50 came out with the 50 Powers of Law. And a lot of people don't know about that. So he's a businessman. There's a lot of things that don't work. The ones that we know about, those worked. The little projects, they didn't make it. It's the little train that could. But, my thing is 50 as an OG to the game, don't pump up these youngsters. He pumps them up with the bad behavior. He did it with Chris Brown. Chris Brown was on drugs and everything else and not moving right. He never checked dude. Tekashi 6ix9ine, he never checked dude. So how are you helping the next generation? You only helping yourself. And allegedly, from everything I read, now that Tekashi is involved with federales, FBI's, and all that, 50, aka Kanan, and backed all the way up. So that lets you know how he is. He ain't a Tommy. He not a writer. He ain't none of that. He backed all the way up. And if he got to turn snitch, I think he would. So,
you think he tell it?
Run tell that. Run. If it meant
man, let me tell you where I fell out with 50. When G-Unit, first of all, when he fell out with Game, okay? I fell out with 50 on Game because I figured Game was a stronger dude than Tony and Young Buck and, of course, my boy Lloyd Banks. I like Lloyd. Lloyd was smart later on where he kind of did his own thing. Shout out to Beamer, Benz, and Bentley. That's one of my favorite songs of all time. Young Buck and my Series of a Rider. I love that song. Yayo, he was a hype man, beyond hype man. Game, they did that double album together, you know what I mean? It was kind of funny because I don't know who 50 affiliated himself with, but I kind of figured it wasn't down with like what Game was doing. So, I kind of felt like he wasn't the type of person to make an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't like he takes artists that are pretty good. Like you said, he puts a stamp to it, throws a little money at it. If it works out, it works out. If it don't, well, screw you.
And when he done with you, he done with you.
Oh, he cut
and
you off.
And laugh at you.
Then troll you.
Because remember, Young Buck talked to him on the phone. He recorded a conversation and Young Buck was crying. Like, that was some effed up stuff right there. That's not a loyal.
And you know what? I'm going to say this about Buck. And Buck and all his little training problems. Dwight Howard and all his little training problems.
Everybody got training problems.
Dude, let me tell y'all something. To all you dudes out there chasing that D on the cool, stop. Just be gay. Okay? I'm not trying. I love everybody who loves who they truly are. Okay? If you like them type of chicks, cool. I told you this the other day. I don't care if I get all the backlash in the world. I'm never invited back to conversation. If that's your style, that's your style. But don't be deceptive to other people. That goes for you trannies too.
Okay. So anyway, back to Tekashi 6ix9ine. The other thing I heard on Wendy Bartholomew.
Her name is Bartholomew?
No.
Why she ain't got no ass?
No ass at all. But no.
Why she built like a stick man?
Wait, my girl T.S. Madison called her Wendy Bartholomew, something another Williams. But anyway, saying that basically she a tranny on the low. But, okay, anyway, on Wendy Williams, The reason why Tekashi, allegedly, and this is what Wendy's reporting, the reason why he got caught, they had a snitch in his crew, a fed implant, all this time for years. I'll have to show you the video. But there was an implant.
Mrs. J was asleep this morning. Big Daddy was up. I was all over them YouTube streets, and I saw the news. I got teased. Hey, yo, Q, I got them receipts. I got it right this time. I seen the Wendy Williams. Shout out to Q. And guess what else I seen this morning?
What?
I'm going to tell you why she's wrong. That's not who the snitch is. I'm going to tell y'all who the snitch is right now. The snitch is the dude that's laying in that hospital right now that turned state's evidence that was a co-defendant named in the case, signed for lesser time, that got 2 in his belly. He told it all.
What's his name?
I don't know. It's the one of the dudes that went into the restaurant. I already know it's him. It's him. They won't release the name.
I'm over here effing these jalapeno ranch.
And she didn't want them. I should have got like the barbecue for you too.
That's not true. I wanted these. Remember because I said we had them before.
I know, and they're delicious.
I didn't want the barbecue. I don't do barbecue. I'm not.
Barbecue's weird.
Even though they stereotype black people as liking barbecue.
We don't eat barbecue and don't eat a lot of watermelon. Anyway, we getting back to...
Oh my.
I want to drop a straight clue bomb for Tekashi today. Boom! Dude, how are you a young dude in the game doing things that young dudes that are coming out the hood, and we ain't in no hood. If you don't look around, we okay. We good. Like, we ain't great, but we good.
We okay.
We okay. We safe. You know what I'm saying? We safe. I'm not looking out my window hearing like the birds chirping and the ghetto bird. I'm like, you know, dude, this dude built that dude in a year amassed $1.6 million cash. That's an amazing feat for a 23-year-old to me. And dude, you want to...
Can I get 1.6 million on these YouTube streets? I'm just saying. Go ahead.
I would take 1 point followers just to sub, like just to watch the videos and chill, like for real.
You can have subs and then watch your channel.
I know, but I'm saying the subs and watch the channel. You got to watch the channel because the channel's boom.
I agree with that statement.
What else you want to talk about? I think that's enough for today.
I think that is enough. I think we were gonna do.
No.
Okay.
Can't leak it. Can't leak it.
I'm dropping dimes. I'm doing a 50.
I do it.
Nah, we got some mukbang coming up, but I figured we'd do a little cocktails of conversation on Tekashi because he's hot in these YouTube streets, and he's hot in the streets, and he's hot in the prison.
Have you seen the memes about that dude? It's like
nothing
but Skittles.
Taste the rainbow.
There
was one with Bill Cosby in the back and Tekashi in the front. Remember that one?
Yes.
They sell these, y'all. That's the meme was trying to say. They sell these. Get it in.
Hey, I will tell you this though. I think it's so humorous that why he ain't screaming "fuck it" now. Like he was.
We don't hear nothing from him because
he got his head down. He limping in the court, scared and shit. Why is this dude limping in the court?
They said he was limping because of the shackles, but I think I stoned.
I think he got his booty tampered with. That's what I think. That's what I heard about the Dwight Howard video. Remember Dwight Howard didn't play that game because they said his back got blown out by that man-looking man?
Okay,
the manly-looking man.
We gotta check out, babe.
Manly-looking. Dwight, stop playing with them damn trannies.
He gonna start talking about every single hot topic known to man, but... You know what? Thank y'all for watching our video. This is a special Tekashi 6ix9ine edition of Cocktails and Conversations. Check out my video on LA Water, on April BB. Check out Mr. Brando's video on his
Flint, Michigan water. Shout out Michigan. Love Detroit. I love Detroit.
They're not going to like you for that. But
I don't care.
You know what?
Just watch the video. Think you don't like it.
Subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you are notified of our next video.
And keep drinking that dirty ass water.
All right. Deuces. My little dirty water almost gone. Bye-bye.
Thumbnail.